In modern football, success isn't just built on the pitch, it's built on money. And over the last decade, no club has mastered that better than Manchester City FC. Multiple Premier League titles, record-breaking squads, global dominance. But behind that success, there's another story. In 2023, the Premier League charged Manchester City with over 100 alleged financial breaches. So how did one club rise to the top of world football so quickly? And why has their success become one of the most controversial stories in the game? To understand Manchester City's rise, you have to go back to 2008. At the time, City were a mid-table Premier League side. They had history, but they weren't competing with Europe's elite. Then everything changed. In September 2008, the club was taken over by Sheikh Mansour, a member of Abu Dhabi's royal family. Almost overnight, Manchester City went from a struggling club to one backed by immense financial power. And they didn't waste time. On the very day of the takeover, City broke the British transfer record to sign Robinho. It was a statement. This wasn't just new ownership. This was the beginning of something much bigger. Over the next few years, Manchester City spent heavily. World-class players arrived. Big contracts were handed out. The squad was transformed at a pace football had rarely seen before. Names like Yaya Touré, David Silva, Sergio Aguero. Players who didn't just improve the team, they changed its identity. And the results followed. In 2012, Manchester City won their first Premier League title in dramatic fashion. Just 4 years after the takeover, they were champions of England. But this wasn't just about buying success. Because behind the scenes, something even more important was happening. While the world focused on transfers, Manchester City were building infrastructure. The Etihad campus, a state-of-the-art training facility, a world-class academy system. This wasn't short-term thinking. This was long-term planning. And then came the next step, the creation of the City Football Group, a global network of clubs spanning multiple continents. From New York City FC to Melbourne City, to clubs across Europe, Asia, and South America. This allowed Manchester City to develop talent globally, expand their brand, and create a footballing ecosystem. Suddenly, they weren't just a football club. They were part of a global football network. And that network would play a key role in what came next. As Manchester City grew on the pitch, their finances grew off it. Commercial deals increased. Sponsorship revenue surged. The club's income rose dramatically. Within a few years, City were reporting revenues comparable to the biggest clubs in world football. But this is where questions began to emerge. Some critics argued that not all of this revenue was as straightforward as it seemed. And those concerns would eventually lead to one of the biggest investigations in Premier League history. In 2023, the Premier League charged Manchester City with over 100 alleged breaches of financial rules. The allegations relate to a period between 2009 and 2018. They include claims about inaccurate financial reporting, undisclosed payments, and failure to comply with league regulations. Manchester City have strongly denied all charges. The club insists they have clear evidence to support their position. And as of now, the case remains unresolved. But regardless of the outcome, the situation has sparked a wider debate. Because Manchester City's rise has forced football to confront an uncomfortable question. What happens when financial power reshapes the game? Manchester City didn't just win trophies. They redefined what it takes to compete at the top level. Their model combined investment, infrastructure, global expansion, and commercial growth. And in doing so, they set a new standard. But that standard has also raised concerns about competitive balance. Can other clubs realistically keep up? Or is this the beginning of a new era, where financial strength matters more than ever before? Manchester City's rise is one of the most remarkable stories in modern football. A transformation from mid-table club to global powerhouse. But it's also a story filled with debate, controversy, and unanswered questions. Because until the final outcome is decided, one thing remains clear. Manchester City's financial empire isn't just about success. It's about how that success was built and what it means for the future of football.